smoke. OVS, Old Virginia smoke.
This podcast is brought to you by the Kansas City Barbecue Store, the official provider of barbecue supplies to listeners of Pitmaster. It's June, which means the month that summer starts, Father's Day, and getting ready for July 4th. That means getting all of your grilling and barbecue supplies in order. From smokers and fuel to rubs and sauces, the Kansas City Barbecue Store has everything and anything you could want. And get this, as a listener of the OVS Pitmaster podcast, you can get 10% off of your order this summer by using the code PITPOD, PITPOD, for online orders at www.thekansascitybarbecuestore.com. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. So visit the kansascitybarbecuestore.com today for all of your barbecue needs. All right. So here we are. It's Greenwood, South Carolina. It looks like the gates of hell have opened up in the sky. And there's no one in the world that I'd rather be here with right now. This podcast is a long time in coming, folks. I'm sitting here with the soon-to-be-retired Tim Miloy from Backyard Bros.
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Good, man.
Man,
Ready to cook sometime tomorrow.
do you feel the temperature dropping right now?
Yeah, this podcast maybe get cut early.
Maybe the shortest podcast of all time. First off, let's send a shout-out to our brother.
Darren,
Not Darren. Darren gets enough shout-outs on this. How about Jim?
Jim Elser,
Yes,
my
sir.
boy from Sweet Smoke Cave. He's got great spirits. He's going to beat this shit.
Absolutely.
And he's ready to come back next year when he gets this shit over with and whoop everybody's ass.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
I think it hurt all of us whenever the news come out, and as someone we've all dealt with cancer in our
He
lives.
is literally dealing it better than I would.
Yeah, and he's just one of the best people in barbecue.
Oh, he's absolutely one of the best.
So
no
are you.
drama
No-
ever around Sweet Smoke Kid.
No. So I'm trying to think when the first time it is that we met.
Uh,
Do you remember?
you were next to me at the Royal.
That's right. That's right. We were right next to each other
Yeah.
on the far end.
I've heard about them guys,
And
but
you're
until
like,
you see it, you don't realize it can happen that way.
absolutely, absolutely. And we've been buds ever. Turns out, family of mine.
Family, your cousin is a bartender at my favorite bartending place,
Dave Temple.
Dave Temple.
Holler, buddy. Tim Maloy is one of the original Old Virginia Smoke
And
guys.
by the way, I forgot to put my OG OBS shirt on before this.
It's all right.
Okay.
We're not doing any video.
I may be the only one that has one,
Yeah, you're right.
You're one of like 6. Yeah. And the rest of them are
and I
teammates.
appreciate it.
Oh, man. There ain't nothing better than being around Tim Miloy with Backyard Bros. All right. So tell me, you don't have any superstitions or anything, do you?
It looks like voodoo from the back kitchen all the way to my bedroom in this trailer.
There's stuff everywhere. I see brisket laying over there on the side.
Yeah,
He still ain't
brisket.
up. Brisket's a skeleton that hangs off
Yep.
the trailer.
We have to eat Mexican lunch on Fridays for good luck. 2 double Tito's every time at Mexican lunch just to get a top 10 call.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we have more.
Let's go.
We got a 10-pole thing where I know they say it don't matter what, the shiny side or the dull side.
Right.
It's always shiny.
It's always shiny.
It's always shiny. We've got, actually we do have dolls in there.
Dolls.
And we got, because we're big parrot heads,
Yeah.
we got Jimmy Buffett parrot heads all up in there for good luck.
See, Kim's a big parrot head, too.
Yeah, we got him in there. We got a parrot in there, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, and I try to tell my cook partner to quit trying to change so much stuff up. Let's just go simple sometimes.
Well, I mean, there a couple of years ago and last year. You were on a little bit of a run.
He just wants to run Blues Hog on everything. Doesn't hurt.
It's one of the best sauce on the planet 7 times.
And our boy out in California,
Allegedly.
our boy with that Luke booty, we put some of that on there too.
Which one? The black one? All of it.
All of it.
Sterling?
Yeah.
That guy.
Sterling,
I talked to him earlier this week.
we love him.
Oh, he's an animal.
He's one of the best dudes on the circuit, for sure.
Is that pig and whiskey down there?
Yes, that is pig and whiskey down there.
Okay.
Look at that.
Do we need to edit that?
No, I don't care who's here.
I mean, I ain't scared.
I ain't scared of no.
I mean,
Somebody
I'm not going to
yesterday-
spend $4,000 this weekend to be scared.
Somebody came yesterday and they're like, "Oh, we understand you're up here," and I'm like, "You think that I don't? What's going on?" And they're like, "Well, you generally don't do well down near Georgia." I'm like,
Oh, really?
"Really? I wasn't coming Georgia
Yeah,
once."
I was thinking that.
I'm just spitballing here, but
I'd like to know what time in the morning are y'all doing the dance?
doing the dance.
I'd like to walk in behind it as you're doing it,
You know
and just
what?
out of nowhere
Are you
come
still
right behind you.
You still doing your 9 o'clock thing?
Yeah, I want you here for
At
that.
9 o'clock,
Yeah, I want you there for that.
we'll come up here and dance at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And you're in Uptown. That's a hump.
We're in a different zip code. We'll be down here though. We'll figure it out.
Well, I've been here 7 years. That's why we get a decent spot.
Yeah,
You got 10 minutes in between turn-ins. You go.
Mama's gonna be running laps.
He will have his box ready
Yeah.
to go when you get back.
Yep.
Oh, that's good exercise.
It's a solid walk.
Uh-huh.
So tell
But
me,
at least you're by awards.
we are, and we're close to our hotel too, so that
Yeah.
works out. So
There's-
tell me about this retirement decision.
I've done it for 7 years, Luke. And we, backyard bros, do not do it half-assed.
No, you do not.
We're all out all the time. So I can't do it. We're in the middle of a podcast.
Oh, look, it's Andrew Clower, everybody.
Oh my goodness, how are you? The timeline.
What do we got? Timeline. Got a little ball of fireball here in my
These
hand.
are guys that cook in their driveway.
That's for you, sir. My bacon bowl. I turned into 6 best ones. You need to get a good one.
Andrew Clower just dropped off what looks to be.
We cannot
I
do
don't
a
even know
fireball
what that
shot
It
on the
police
podcast.
evidence from
We
you.
already did. What is that?
That's a shrimp and grits in a bacon bowl.
Bacon. Wow.
So anyway,
Are you looking at this?
we're
He made a
on Luke
bacon bowl.
Darnell's podcast from Old Virginia Smoke, and Bald Hog just might have bought the best grits I've ever seen here.
I mean, this is going to be good enough for second place,
Oh.
if anything goes.
Oh, that's
I mean,
Somebody else in trouble
Mama
comes
made it rolled the lobster bacon mac and cheese
Hey.
with the Wagyu strip.
So second.
I would hate, Luke, I would hate to have to
Yeah.
close the lid on this
Oh,
one
he won't let me.
after he did it.
Right.
Are you gonna let
Did
me
you do the whole special container with a big platter on it?
No, you had to
Look
put it in the
nice.
9x9.
Right.
get a
Which is
strip?
hard.
That's why I did the
Oh,
bacon
good.
bowl.
That's amazing.
That one doesn't look very good.
Monica, we have a live mic here.
Right, we do have a lot.
Are you on like live?
No, we're not live,
You're
but
just recording?
this is definitely all going out there.
So, can I say something about the first time I met Bald Hog?
Sure, absolutely.
I had to
And-
apologize to him because he had to park next to us in line. And I said, and I always do that. Every contest, if somebody new parks to us next to us, I go right up to him and say, I apologize in advance. It's going to be a long weekend.
And how much fun do we have? Best barbecue contest weekend I've ever had.
Similar situation when I met Andrew Clower.
He said he's heard about the bros, but till you see it in person.
That's right.
And I think we might have caught the 9th overall there, didn't we?
I got 7.
Yeah. Yeah, been packing.
Oh my God.
We met Andrew at Brasstown,
Yes.
and we
What
were
a
right next to
bad
him.
Andrew.
And we had
Andrew.
yeah.
Luke, literally one
Andrew,
of the
sorry,
best
damn, I
dudes you'll
messed up.
meet on the circuit right
Oh,
here.
listen, this guy right here, Andrew Clower with Bald Hog,
Absolutely.
is not only one of the best people in barbecue.
I mean, he hadn't learned how to cook out of a Jambo yet, but
No.
when he can,
He'll get there.
he's
He'll
still
get there.
working
I don't
on
want to
it.
tell secrets on him, but one day I went in his trailer And I was like, what in God's name are you doing? And I won't even say what he did.
Was my chicken?
Yeah. I ain't never seen anybody do it before. It was Friday. And he'd done something to the chicken already. And I went, okay.
A little early.
That got me 10th place one year overall.
Little
and
early.
then it quit working.
And the other thing with Andrew, you'll never somebody get in a zone by himself with his iPods in, listen to Master of the Puppets.
Right.
Yeah.
Secret's out.
You know what the best part is that taking a speaker over to his site when he's in that zone and doing a dance video right in front of his Jambo. I did that one.
He ended up after a contest with my bullhorn in his trailer. I got it 2 contests later, I think.
This might be the greatest podcast of all time. Meanwhile,
we're not talking about barbecue a lot here.
We're not talking about.
Which
So
I don't care.
We were talking about retiring, and
in
case you're looking for those.
Oh, those are mine.
So we found a phone.
That's
and
my
that looks to
prescription,
be,
by the way.
Maybe a prescription.
How did my prescription fall out on the ground? That's first on the podcast, I guarantee it.
It might be. Oh my God! I'm trying to.
I'm using his chicken this weekend too.
Oh, wait.
Trying to think of.
wait.
Hey,
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
by the way, I'm using his chicken this weekend. I'm doing a lot of butter,
Okay.
different kinds of butter, like some unsalted and salted at the same time. I didn't think you'd do that, but it works out.
Using salted and unsalted
Yeah.
butter. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a tip from the Backyard Bros.
It needs to be 50-50.
This podcast is brought to you by BarbecueData.com. BarbecueData.com is your one-stop shop for all of your barbecue competition data. Historical data, calls, wins, placements, everything under one roof. It's a great way not only to track yourself in the standings, but also to track how you improve your scores from year to year. Listeners of this podcast can receive 20% off of a new subscription to BarbecueData.com with the code PITPOD. That's one word, all capital letters, PITPOD, PITPOD. So check your team scores, check on others, and do it all on BarbecueData.com. And there's also,
50-50.
when I say that
8 seconds to squeeze honey, it won't hurt either.
It won't. When I say that Mr. Tim lives his life wide open, it's one of my favorite things. Because he does, and you always know where he stands.
And
with
that's why I have to stop this shit. You can only do this for so long wide open, and your health starts going down.
That's a problem. That's correct.
Patty has a bad knee. I've got all kinds of problems. Not to mention, probably need to go to AA at some point.
That's why I go to church.
I think we need more shots.
That's the reason you pray for the Backyard Bros sometimes.
I don't know where the
You want to
fireball
put the
went.
fireball up? Because you want to eat hash?
Shrimp and grits.
Oh.
Yeah. Trust me.
You don't want that hash
I
for
want to eat
cooking.
this too.
All right, in your 7 years of doing this, what's the best tool that you've bought for $100 or less?
Oh, Matt Barber, Hawaii Chilas, put me onto this red and black scissor. You can get it Harbor Freight. I clean my chicken with it. I cut the knuckles off my wings with it. I even, after Mike fucks up the brisket, I will take the scissors before I put it on and clean them edges up with it. Best $7.99.
Timeline.
No, they're 10 now.
7. They're up to
Timeline.
10.
Now they're
Except-
10. Inflation.
And I found something new. They have a bigger version that I like.
Oh, yeah.
They have they have a bigger version of those
But they don't work.
scissors, Matt Barber.
You said they don't
Well,
work.
Mine do.
Not on chicken.
That's why I'd be in chicken last time.
Are you not going to eat this thing?
No.
I don't know how the bacon is.
No, it's really good. It's
Yeah,
really
you
good.
got to do it like that.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
delish.
one-man show there.
He got Andrew got the bacon bowl from as seen on TV. We may need to wrap this up.
The mic.
We may just
just
need to
went
wrap
quiet.
this up.
We just
If you've never been to Greenwood before, trust me, it rains hell here for about 3 straight hours.
The wind just, destroyed the mic there. You gotta try that.
Check. 1, 2, 3, check.
We have a few minutes left. Maybe all right. I'm sorry, I'm eating.
Might have missed us to the north.
It might have missed us.
Might have missed us to the north this thing.
I really don't want you to retire because
I have no choice.
I know.
Have you not seen my trailer? My trailer, I'm lucky. I'm doing Georgia all summer in South Carolina, and I'm literally lucky that this thing don't come apart in the fiberglass.
I see the old Virginia smoke sticker.
You see them 180s and 700s up there?
I do.
Yeah.
There was
Savannah.
another sticker that was up there. One each.
I got more if you want to see them. I got more.
I
Timeline.
want to see you drink Fireball.
Not like
Timeline.
the first time.
Timeline.
First time in. Are we still on air? Because I want to say something to these cats.
We are.
First time ever, I met Continental Barbecue.
Yeah.
They were cooking in Lake Wales. They show up. They open the back end of their trailer up. Nothing but 180 stickers and 700. I didn't know you get that many stickers from KCBS.
Not where we live.
And then I realized if you put all yours up too, there'd be a bunch of them.
Not. Later. Andrew, say goodbye.
It ain't over tonight.
Say
Trust
goodbye
me.
to the people.
Andrew, it ain't
Goodbye.
over
Sorry
tonight.
to have interrupted Tim's podcast.
be
This is
back.
so fun,
I'll be
JoJo.
back to the king of the driveway here before it's over with
Come
tonight,
on by.
trust me.
We'll see y'all.
KOD.
Absolutely.
Love you, Andrew.
Love y'all guys.
Bye.
Yes, I know.
Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Just great people. That's why we
They're
do
all
this.
great people.
That's why we do
That's
this.
the only reason. Literally, I was done last year, but I couldn't get away from the people. I hate breaking these smokers out and wasting 5 hours at a campground.
When we could all go to the
We can just
campground.
do it. Spend at least $4,000 or $3,000 or whatever that weekend, and have fun.
You're right, man.
You know the party favors we could bring us if we didn't bring
You know how
a,
many prescriptions we could
if
get?
we didn't bring a steak river, brisket, comport rib, chicken for Publix, and
Those are all the sponsors.
Smithfield. No, Prairie Fresh pork butts.
Yep.
Yeah, you know how much money we could save?
We just-
Not that they charge me that much. I mean, but you can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
That's right. Thank you for saying that. That's my saying too.
You wanna cook your prime? Cook it. You ain't walking.
You ain't walking.
You ain't walking.
I need to have him on the podcast regularly.
I know.
Like he's keeping it real right now.
Well, you knew when you asked me on.
I wanted the full deal and I got it.
Yeah, you're getting the full Maloy tonight.
I love it.
Now,
I gotta ask this question.
okay.
Who has influenced you the most?
Oh, I'll tell you. Jim Meltzer and Matt Barber from Hot Wachula. When I first started in FBA, and those guys are pretty good.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, but they were winning everything. I asked Jim Meltzer immediately after my second cook, I'll give you $1,000 if you'll let me cook with you one weekend. Fortunately, I had a school 2 months later for $500. So I went to a school, and I went to Matt Barber's school. Not saying I've walked every time, but since I've been to both of those cats have taught me. Now,
FBA Team of the Year
there's
twice. Yeah?
people, there's a lot of other people I've shigged off of. I might be the biggest shigger ever. I have done Brad shit, Tim's, Darren's. Well, Darren, no. Because
Well,
Darren.
time out, Timmy. We got dessert coming out of your trailer.
Hey, we got a hot one coming right here.
Dessert walking, baby. Look at that.
Oh my God.
That looks. Wow, first live turn-in podcast
Winners!
history.
What? Really?
First live turn in the
Hey,
podcast
he didn't have a
history.
little live video feed of it.
No, we need it. I don't want people to see that.
No.
That's
We don't need anybody to see this shit. You're going to have to do a lot of bleeps on mine.
I'm not editing. No, man, it's R-rated. You can say whatever.
Well,
the fuck you want.
anyway, what I was trying to say is those are cats that taught me originally how to do this. Because I didn't know how to even trim a money muscle.
Right.
I just smash it, turn this, pull pork, and I start.
Right.
Matt Barber, Jim Melser, and then the rest of you guys. I have been copying all of Tim, Brad, Heavy Smoke.
All right.
Oh,
Here's what we're going to do.
anyway,
This is part 1 of the Tim Miloy podcast.
we got one more
We're
to
going to have.
go.
We'll do a second part, probably remotely, so that we don't get this rain.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for listening to Pitmaster, an Old Virginia Smoke podcast. Be sure to subscribe and like the podcast, rate the podcast, and to share it out with your friends. Also be sure to check out the Old Virginia Smoke TikTok as well. Old Virginia Smoke, one word. That's all you have to search for. It's hilarious. Tune in next week for another great episode of Pitmaster. For companies interested in advertising, please contact Old Virginia Smoke directly via www.oldvirginiasmoke.com. Pitmaster, an Old Virginia Smoke podcast, is edited by Chris Sedanka. Pitmaster, an Old Virginia Smoke podcast, is a property of Old Virginia Smoke LLC. All rights reserved. Copyright 2022.